Hi everybody, welcome to Omnibus Film Division. Today we'll be taking a look at the FilmCity lightweight video camera cage for the Sony A7 series cameras. So what is something like this for? It's for shooting films with DSLRs. Shooting film on a normal size camera or a full size camera, the camera has all of the bits it needs to run in a complete camera operation. A monitor, audio, battery, all that stuff is a part of the package. When we're using a DSLR, the DSLR is a still camera created for people holding it in their hands and taking pictures. We've turned that into making films with them, but we don't have the monitor, the big battery, the audio, all that stuff. We don't have anywhere to put it. So a camera cage, on top of just being a protective cage around your DSLR, allows you to attach all of these extra accessories that you will need anywhere in any configuration that you like. When I was researching it, I initially liked that it has access to all of the points you need to get into, such as the SD card slot, the battery door, the hot shoe on the top of the camera, like all the buttons you would need to press on the camera you can easily get to. And the camera cage is still a camera cage. It goes around the camera, protects it, and you can add your accessories to it. The FilmCity Camera Cage does all of these things great. They have perfect access to the battery, SD card, HDMI, and the hot shoe. As you can see, it's full of 1/4-20 screw holes, so for mounting points. So you can mount, I believe they're called Israeli arms. I have an ICANN arm, but it's just a way to add your accessories, your monitor or your audio to your camera rig. This particular FilmCity camera cage I got came with one wire management screw, which is great. I ended up contacting the manufacturer to try to get another one. They were willing to sell one to me. But I ended up being okay with just one. The few things I don't like about this camera cage is that my ideal camera rig has my V-mount battery system, my monitor, and follow focus rig all in one package. And you know, once you add all that weight up, it gets pretty heavy. Things I had tried before to use as handles just never measured up. They're made out of aluminum, they bend, they're iffy. I mean, they feel like they're gonna break. I was really excited about something like this that seemed way more solid, was going to offer many different ways to rig it and carry it, and so far it's done really well. I'm about 80% confident in carrying it by the handle. As I went to go review this earlier, one of the handles, the screw threads stripped out. Like I said, I've been using it a year, so don't take that as a con necessarily. It just got over tightened. It's a steel screw going into aluminum threads. So the aluminum is obviously much weaker, but that just diminished even more confidence. I mean, I'm gonna carry it with two hands now until I either get a new cage or, I don't know. There's like $8,000 in camera gear. I don't wanna be carrying it down the road, the handle come off, and just watch my dreams roll down the street. Another con is the mounting ability on the bottom. So on larger camera rigs, they get pretty heavy. You end up sometimes panning and tilting by moving your camera rig around rather than an arm on the tripod. So you typically always use two screws going into your quick mount plate. However, on the bottom of this FilmCity camera cage, there's only one screw hole, a 1/4-20 hole, that you could use at any time to attach it to a quick release plate. Luckily, on the front of it, there are more holes drilled in. So what I ended up doing was adding on a piece of aluminum that I tapped with another 1/4-20 hole to add a second hole so that it won't ever twist out of the tripod when the thing gets moved around. It seems like I'm using this camera cage for something it wasn't quite designed for. But I think in future models that I've seen, there are typically always two screw holes because that's just the nature of moving things around. You don't want to be pulling focus on your camera, doing an action like panning and tilting, and have the entire thing come loose off the tripod on you just because one screw came out. That's bad. But I think moving forward, the newer designs on most camera cages have at least 2 screw holes that you can, you know, securely fasten your camera to your tripod. Another weird con, that's just one I don't quite understand. I like to think I'm pretty knowledgeable about camera gear, and I'll see if I can find a picture of the little cold shoe mounts that came all over, or the camera cage. But the wings that come in on the top, they come in really far, and I have no idea what's supposed to attach to them. Everything I have that has a hot shoe or cold shoe mount just will not fit inside those wings. So I ended up taking them all off of my camera cage. It's just weird. I don't know of any accessory that would fit in those. Would I buy it again? It was about, I think, $180 or $200 when I bought it. It shipped from India. It came really fast. It came within a week, which was surprising. So I have no complaints there. FilmCity has a wide range of accessories for people who don't have, you know, huge film budgets. It's great. But I mean, not only, I don't think they make this anymore, but I would probably, my future stipulations when buying a camera cage are going to be a more robust method for dealing with carrying the weight of a camera rig, a full rig with a large V-mount battery. So no, I wouldn't buy this again, especially not for $200. It's a fine piece of aluminum. The wood handle, which is another thing I think has gone out of fashion. It serves as part of the structure, but it doesn't seem to be, it doesn't add anything necessarily to the rig. It's just fancy wood handle. I think they're trying to copy some more prestigious camera cages. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please hit the like button. And please consider subscribing if you haven't. Also, if you'd like to help us make more videos covering the gear you have questions about, please consider becoming a Patreon patron.